Hey guys, welcome back to Kogel Knives. We got another knife review for you today. This one's kind of been a long time coming, so this has been a knife that I have carried quite a bit, a lot actually, since I got it. And it's a knife that I really do like. That's the Kizer Yorkie. So interesting little knife, just a small little, EDC blade. So that's what we're taking a look at today. Let's go ahead and go over some quick specs. All right, guys, so let's just quickly go through some of the specs here. So what you're looking at is a titanium frame lock. It's manual, runs on bearings. As you can see, it's got the steel insert there, doubles as an over travel stop. The blade steel is CPM S35 VN. It's stone washed, looks pretty good. Then as far as blade length, 2.5 inches, about roughly 2.5 inches. Blade thickness is sitting at around 0.12 inches, pretty standard. And let me see if I can pull up a weight for you. Give me one moment. Looks like sitting right at about 2.9, 2.93 ounces. So not heavy at all. I mean, it's not really going to be because it's so small anyways, but that's about it. It's kind of just your basic build as far as frame lock little flipper goes. Just got really basic hardware, nothing fancy. Pocket clip, as you can see, is just the tip up, right hand carry only. No option to switch it up at all. So there is that. Lefties, you're out of luck double on this one. Looks like no milling on the inside. And yeah, there it is. So running through all the quick specs out of the way, let's talk about what I like about the blade. All right, moving on to the blade. Basically what you got here is just normal drop point. Almost, I mean, it's kind of like a spear point. I think all of the stuff online, let me see what it pulls up here. Yeah, they call it a drop point. I mean, to me, that almost looks like spear point. I mean, it's as probably, I mean, as close as you can get to a spear point. But they're calling it drop, so that's, I guess, what we'll go with. Finish on the blade is this nice stone wash. Try to see if I can get it to pick up on the camera there. But there it is. A nice heavier stone wash. It's not, particularly light. So yeah, finish looks really good. It'll show wear, a little bit better. Blade steel's S35 VN. Probably overall one of my more favored blade steels, just purely because of, it takes a super fine edge. It's easy to sharpen, so kind of good for like an everyday kind of deal there. One of the things that I really like, Ray Laconico, designer of this knife, they laser his name right on the spine of the blade. I think that's always cool. It's just utilizes the space on the blade a little bit better. I mean, they still put, their stuff on there, but I think it looks cool. Yeah. Otherwise, you got the Yorkie lasering right there. Then you got the Kizer logo, S35 VN, and then the model number there as well. Blade was pretty sharp when I got it. I've since just touched it up, but used it for just daily stuff like cutting open bags and boxes, breaking down cardboard, stuff like that. And it holds up well. I mean, I have no complaints. I don't do too much like, real testing to tell you guys exactly how this performs compared to other, S35, but I think it held up well considering, what it is. And yeah, that's about it. So that about covers the blade. I guess right now we'll go ahead and move on to the handle. All right, guys, let's move into the handle here. So the handle is just a really simple design. There's, not a whole lot of shaping or, contouring or anything going on, which again is kind of what I like about it. It's really a simple design. That's kind of one of Ray Laconico's kind of go-tos. This is a smaller version, but if you've ever seen the Mass Drop Keen, also, basically goes right like the larger version of this design. Just really a simple, functional style. It's still comfortable when you hold it in the hand. You're just able to get like half of the pinky on here, so it is a little cramped, honestly, but it is a smaller knife, so I feel like you're kind of, you know what you're getting into when you get there. At least it's comfortable, though. There's no weird things going on, curves or finger things, so no matter what, you can position your fingers how you want, and you don't have to feel like you have to put your finger in a choil somewhere and make the rest of them fit somehow. So yeah, it's really simple. I really dig the design and the look. As far as construction, we just got the 2 barrel spacers there, and the pivot. The pocket clip, you can see, I think, I'm pretty sure that line is just supposed to, go on with that line there just for, a little extra cool design. But I like it. 3D machined titanium pocket clip. Love it. I like the fact that it ramps up back there as well. So yeah, overall, I have no complaints with the pocket clip. Obviously, it's not going to be riding super deep, but the amount of tension is perfect. The amount that you get there to start hooking it into your pants is like the perfect ramp in, and it leaves a lot of space. Like if you're wearing jeans, it fits perfectly. So no complaints on the pocket clip. As you can tell, it's definitely seen use. So like I said, I've carried this thing a ton so far. I just, for whatever reason, just got really attached to it. Also, that leads me into kind of my final thoughts here. So obviously I got the blue ano. There's another, I want to just say it's bead blasted titanium with the hole cut out there. In real life, and I don't know what kind of wizardry is going on here, but I wanted to try and get this on camera. If you're looking at this, it probably looks pretty blue. At least as I'm filming this, it looks pretty blue. Looking at it in real life, it's like more of a dull, like a cobalt color. It doesn't really like pop like it does in the pictures, like online, that you'll see in real life. I don't know, it's crazy because like seeing it on here, it looks really blue. In real life, it's not that blue. It's like a little bit more dull, especially once you start handling it and you get your like finger greases on there. So keep that in mind. If you get it and you take it out of the box and it's like not as vibrant as you see on the pictures, don't think that yours is all, you got a screwy ano job or something. It just, that's how it is. Also, there are spots where the ano is like wearing out, like right there where the finger, hits the flipper, right at the lock bar, and then just on the edges here. First time that I've ever had a knife like the ano finish like wear out on me like that, but I don't really mind too much. I mean, I got this pretty much knowing it was just going to be just like a daily, the casual stuff, just a workhorse. So yeah, just love signs, I guess. That about covers it for the handle. So now we're going to roll into action and fit and finish. All right, guys, let's talk about the action and the fit and finish of this knife. This is a good example for me personally because this is the first Kizer knife that I've purchased. Not the first one that I've handled, but the first one that, I bought for myself, and that I, had my experience with it fresh out of the box and, over time. So, so far it's held up really well. Blade is perfectly centered, was centered out of the box. Action was already good, and then it broke in a little bit better. This thing is surprisingly smooth. The flipping is, I would say, pretty good. It's definitely a push button flipper though. You're not going to have too much success with the light switch unless you like really give it a deliberate flip. But I mean, if you hit it just right, even a little bit, it'll deploy. I mean, the knife is really smoothed out after it broke in. So, yeah, it's great. Action is great. The fit and finish is great. I will say the detent is a little bit on the light side, but honestly, it's smooth enough that, I mean, you can see all the flipping right now. I mean, it honestly doesn't matter too much. So, yeah, stiff detent or not, I mean, it's functioning well regardless. So usually I would be like a little iffy on that, but this time it gets a pass. Again, one thing that I thought was kind of weird with the ano like wearing out like that. I did say that I carried it and used it quite a bit, but I did think it was a little weird. Yeah, whatever. Like I said, I didn't buy this expecting it to be like a super, gem piece, but for $159, maybe I thought the ano was going to hold up a little bit more. So yeah, it is what it is there. Again, there's I have no complaints whatsoever. I feel like everything other than ano for this price point holds up and is a good example of what knives in the $150-ish category are capable of being. So I'm very happy with it in those regards. So all these things considered, now we are going to talk about my final thoughts and what I think of the knife. All right, guys, so long story short, I really like the Kizer Yorkie. I think the size hits me right in that spot where I like to EDC it. I've started liking a little bit smaller blades recently, so this was perfect. Just hit me in the perfect size. The action was good, so it's easy flipping it and disengaging the lock and everything. So it kind of also hit like that little kind of fidgety. It's small, non-threatening, kind of like the basic design. It's like kind of like a gentleman's folder. So I really like that aspect of it too. The price is not bad. It's $159 if you can find them in stock. I definitely think it's worth it. Titanium frame lock flipper, S35VN, built really well, looks great by a awesome designer. So yeah, I think it's a great price point for what it is. Would I recommend it? Yeah, absolutely. If you're looking for something kind of in this size range, kind of the sub 3-inch blade, something like a little bit on the higher end EDC area, this will fit the bill really well. So I definitely recommend this to anybody who's even considering the design. Like if you see this and you kind of like it and you're like, I wonder if I should. Yeah, I would say pull the trigger on it. It's really nice, fun to flip around, and looks awesome, feels awesome too. So yeah, perfect casual, like urban EDC style stuff. You're not going to be doing any much outdoor stuff with this, but like an office carry, something like that. So yeah, my take, I definitely love it. Main gripe is just the ano job. That's really the only thing that I'm not too excited about, but it is what it is. So that is it, guys. That's the Kizer Yorkie. Thank you so much for watching. As always, please subscribe, like the video, let me know what you think in the comments. All that stuff really helps me out. Trying to get to that 500 mark, then the 1,000. So little baby steps. We'll get up there. So thank you guys for supporting me, and we'll catch you on the next video. Thank you.